we see a man delivering flowers, we think one of two things. What a lucky lady, or what did he do now? This delivery, though, has nothing to do with either. Veteran journalist Glenn Tillett is delivering a small gift of thanks. More specifically, a thank you for saving his life.
I want to thank you for helping me save my life.
The inception of this moment was over a year ago in February 2017, when Glenn was diagnosed with kidney failure.
I thought it was a death sentence. I thought it was frightening, horrifying, because I knew that dialysis, while available, was not very accessible because it was expensive. The cost at that time was well over $1,000 per week. The first realization I had to come to was accept that my life had totally changed, that I had to make the accommodation and accept that I had to have dialysis every few days simply to remain alive. This became, to use the proverbial metaphor, this became the 800-pound elephant in my life's room.
Meeting the cost of his sessions was heavy on his pockets as well.
I remember getting up one morning and refusing to come to dialysis because I realized that at that point I didn't have the money to pay for it. And I did not want to be in a situation where I had to go beg for a service that I could not pay for.
Nonetheless, Glenn sought assistance. Others chipped in as well. In fact, Glenn says that of the almost $70,000 he spent on treatment since his diagnosis, as much as $50,000 was donated and fundraised by friends and family.
Even then I realized that at some point that would run out as well. So what do I do then? I had already become infirm that, being able to, I couldn't work a normal schedule. And I couldn't work to earn money the way I used to. So it was very depressing. And if it wasn't for the physical encouragement of people giving me money to help me pay for the cost, right? As well as giving me the moral support, I probably would have stayed home in bed and just died.
In October 2018, the government of Belize officially expanded its National Dialysis Programme. It is a welcomed initiative for some dialysis patients like Glenn and Diana Flowers.
They pay for 2 and my husband pay for 1.
For the past 3 years, Diana and her husband have been paying out of pocket for 2 sessions a week. Now she can receive dialysis the recommended 3 times a week, and she's grateful that she will only have to cover the cost of 1. But now Diana faces a new challenge.
I go to work because if I miss a whole day, I won't get paid. And Social Security paid some, but I don't get any from work. So now I went for my check on Monday and they give me a letter that disqualification of sickness benefits because I don't met the 234 days.
A session of dialysis takes 4 hours. At 3 times a week, that is 3 half days away from a job. In Glenn's case, he retired as a journalist and takes on consultancies to survive. Diana is still hoping she can maintain her job and her benefits.
The job is just to keep me sane, because I don't used to work. And I think if I stay at home, I will be depressed. My kids are grown and it's my husband work. So it will be me alone at home and I can't deal with that.
No one knows the challenges of these patients like Nurse Maria Ack. She's been working with dialysis patients since 2002. She's the only internationally certified dialysis nurse and now manages Dialysis del Caribe.
Their struggle is a life and death. You don't have the money, it's like you're not going to breathe. That's how I see it. You still life without the money. Because if you don't get your dialysis, you die. And we at Dialysis del Caribe, we realize that people don't have money. People are struggling. Yes, 3 times a week is what is required. But if we can keep you on a diet and give you 2 times a week and it works well, why not? Because then you can tell them 3 times a week, but if they don't have the other sessions money, what will you do?
And when patients look for financial assistance, they turn to the Kidney Association of Belize. For President Oscar Itch, the ever-growing list of patients is what concerns him the most.
I believe that the government did a very good initiative in assisting just not only 30 but 88, almost all of the patients at the time who had renal failure. But I don't know if it was the association being a bit having more awareness out there, whereby we have, or it prompts something whereby immediately after that we have several patients being diagnosed too often. Too often that I've seen before. Been with the association from 2014 year about, and I haven't seen so much we have now.
How many calls? How often?
For this week alone, I have one every day.
And so the association continues to raise funds to aid those new patients who will need their help. And that's why for patients like Glenn, it's important to take a moment to show appreciation for those who have helped him along the way of his own indefinite journey.
The chances that I won't live as long as you, not just due to age, and to a lot of people, but instead to focus on the fact that I'm still alive and I still have the opportunity to enjoy life, so to speak, and to make the most of it. And that is what I try to, and that is what I'm trying to do. I am, so to speak, trying to live until I die.